Today's video is gonna be good. I don't have a clue what it's about, but yet God does. Just wait and see what it's about, shall we? We're all hooked up. Our hydraulic oil, engine oil is good. As you can see there. We're all hooked up and ready to go. Now, for those of you that weren't paying attention last night or in yesterday's video, just watch, because the mower will do it when I back out of the building. It'll scare the crap out of me. Well, that time it didn't do it, but I don't like how you bounce over that concrete curb there. Risk upsetting stuff. What on God's green earth am I doing? Well, I'll show you is there's a YouTuber and he don't get enough credit. Oh, come on here. This is harder than it looks. Come on, snap. There. This is harder than it looks. Oh, we had to cheat a little bit. Come on, where's... We're gonna have to cheat because... There. So, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Detweiler, harmless farmer, who don't get enough credit for what he does in life. I want to say thank you, sir, for showing us, what you do on a daily basis, and for bringing us along. Because we don't, farmers, they don't understand what you do and how you do it. It's just all in a matter of if oh, what am I trying to say, if they want to listen to what you're doing. I can't imagine, doing this for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, let alone just a few minutes here. Just to kind of show, what the heck goes on. I'll come back and get that little sliver when I'm done here making a fool out of myself. Oh, I got it. Now I know he does this kind of stuff on the fly, but since I am just new at doing stuff like this, yeah. go in a straight line even. All right, I'll bring you back. I mean, a lot of people, you know, they're basically like, oh, he does what? That's impossible. Well, some things I know he can't do, or like be on a ladder. I understand. And certain things, you know, like that. One thing that just blows my mind, okay, is hooking up a power takeoff shaft. Now, for anybody with arms like me, you would something as simple as hooking up a PTO shaft is not easy, especially when it's on a 14 or a H7230 disc bind. It just, they're not fun. Now granted, I understand he might have to ask for help to do some things like that, but you know, he gets the job done. Hand for a minute. I mean, it takes years. I mean, granted, he don't have no arms or nothing, but you know, still, you guys watched that little bit there with me using my feet. Okay, we're through the gate. Oh, these darn things are hard. It's not as easy as some may say. So, just wanted to, you know, just show people that, you know, it's hard, you know, learning a new way of life. But for Andy, you know, that's all that he knew, or knows, I should say. Basically because that's all he's had is his arms, or his legs, I mean. I couldn't alone imagine trying to eat with no arms. That right there just takes some skill. Oh man. But he never gives up with what he does, and that I thank him for that, because that showed me a lot how to just overcome stuff, and just not to quit. Andy, I can't thank you enough if you watch my videos. I honestly can't. I'd love to be able to meet you in person one day. That would be just cool as all get out. The only thing I don't know if he does or not is run the combine. I don't know. But that would be the hardest thing to do, I'm sure. But you know, he don't quit. And neither do I. Yes, I'm back to using hands, for those of you that are curious. Now you might be asking yourselves, why am I mowing this direction this time and not with the woods? Is for the simple fact that I can see my lines better when I mow this way. If any of you have paid attention to when I have mowed grass or anything, how I go different direction, that is basically just so I can see where the heck I have mowed. That's all. So I might get, you know, criticized at times because I'm meeting this farmer, or else I talk on the phone that eat the farm. Yeah, it's a challenge, but you know, life's a challenge for the unbeliever. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Oh, don't flip on me. Okay. So, for those of you that are naysayers, keep on naysaying, because, you know, my God is bigger than your God. And that's all I'm going to say. And for those of you that respect guys like me and Harmless Farmer, thank you. Just, I can't say enough good about you guys. I mean, what this world needs is more harmless farmers, let's put it that way, okay? Yes, I'm being ballsy and mowing this ditch, but it needs done. Here. Not a quitter. Not a quitter. I will figure out how to do things. It takes me a minute. So, for those of you that want to bash me, talk crap about me, like, just keep doing it. I don't care. Suck it up, Buttercup, is what Farmer MD always says. Suck it up, Buttercup. I had to get out for a minute and take a pee. So I shut the power take off. And I wonder if this guy here, if these wires are bad. That goes at PTO. Because now it don't work. It has worked. And all I get is that. Gosh darn it. So all that it was actually this little guy here that holds this plug and everything down to this guy down here. I mean, it was so simple, I could have even done it, but that's all that it was. I mean, it was something that I could have probably done, and something that I will do next time. Although I don't see what he tightened up with, unless it was this nut here. Maybe. Very much well could be what he tightened up, and then it just made good contact. We should have put the duals back on the mow pasture, because this thing, it's not stable. It rocks, shakes, vibrates, carries on, and there. 2.5 miles an hour. Anywhere from there all the way down to 0.5 mile an hour through these ruts, because it is just, it's too rough on the tractor, and it's too rough on me, too rough on the mower. I know guys are probably thinking, why don't you fill your ruts in then? Well, you can only fill cow ruts in for so long till you just quit and give up, just like that over there. Quit and gave up filling the ruts in.
Even though this has got the fat tires on it that I like, they help with the ride, but you got to have duals on the back end. It would ride so much nicer through the pasture here. Plus, we'll be putting the duals on this. Well, you can't run around Billy with duals. Gosh darn it, that wouldn't work. You'd be taking the duals on and off too many times. So, guess we'll just go slow over the ruts. Hook that big blade up to a tractor and we'll come out here sometime and drag these ruts shut. When I'm all done with this and that over there, I think I might wait and see how ballsy I am and try that little pasture over there after I get this done and quit bouncing through the ruts. Although I think, yeah, that's where I got the 7200 buried last year. 2 years ago, I think. I don't know. COVID has everything all run together. But that's where I got the 7200 buried. I did, I think it was a couple years ago or so, where I said, or I did the video on size matters, okay? So, basically what was in the shop was 7810, this 7800, and I talked about the different kind of tires, like the 7810, those tires that are on it now, I hate with a passion. They don't have no ride to them, they don't have no flotation. It's just, it's like riding on a bulldozer on a chisel plow. It just isn't very efficient. Now, if I was mowing this cow pasture and going across these ruts, there would be no way I'd be able to go mow anywhere between 2.5 miles an hour all the way down to a comfortable range of an eighth of a mile an hour. It would just, I'm gonna get this thing stuck yet, and it would just, you know, be so hard on the front end and everything else. Whereas these bigger tires on the front end, they allow it to flow across, the amount of flow, so it don't just sink across wet ground when, you know, you're trying to plow or something, you hit a wet spot. That's why I like the fat tires. Now I know there's a few of you that'll say, oh, fat tires, you know, they, you know, compact more ground. Yeah, I know they compact more ground because of the wider footprint, but you need the flotation. You need the flotation. That's why it works. I prefer, and so does the whole operator, prefer the older Cat haul truck because it's got a better transmission in it. The tires float compared to the 350 that we got, where it's that big with the 3306B in it. That thing just, it don't go nowhere. That's why we run it when one of the other trucks goes down. Now see, like right here, since I'm out of the ruts, I can go a range hop. What's that thing beeping at me? Oh, since my butt moves in the seat. That's why. so we just used a little 350 as the spare truck. And if you was curious.
Oh, so down we go. And over to there we go. And it's just now 10 till 9, or 10 till 10, I mean. So let's see if this P2 will act up again. Fold that up. Now this gate here is almost too narrow. To get the tractor through. I hope that thing don't flip. Oop. Yep. Darn it. Yeah, this is really, really narrow to get the thing through. I feel better in A range for mowing along fence posts and that, because I've had numerous encounters of fence posts and I don't want that to happen again. You guys ever heard the terminology, slow and steady wins the race? Well, that's what I'm doing here. I'll say for doing stuff like this, that 6120's too fast in reverse. I don't need the 10% going backwards. I need the 0%, or I should say, no, 6120 goes 10% faster in reverse than it does forward. That's right. I need the same speed going forward that I do in reverse, or reverse going forward, however you put it. I just need to go slow. I'll bet you that 6120 goes slower than this thing even. I'll bet you. We'll have to do a comparison one day. You guys keep that in mind, okay? We're gonna do a comparison on that 6120 compared to, say, this 7800. I wonder what those white things are. They're pretty though. You see them down there? They're pretty. Definitely are pretty. Look at the nice corn. That sure is some nice corn growing. I don't care how long it takes to mow pasture. Just I missed a little bit, but that's okay. I'll let somebody else do it because they'll go poke around in the clay back there. See if they can get the thing buried, and then I'll have to come out with another tractor and pull them out. I just don't think that 4020 would have it in it. See, 90 horsepower compared to 150 horsepower with a brush hog. Yeah, I don't see it. Plus the 4020 is not front wheel assist. Okay, now we can go a little bit faster, 2.5 mile an hour, but I don't think B range is necessary for this little pasture, or this little section over here. Too fast. Too slow back there. There, 3.1 is fast enough. Was actually that spot right there where I got the 7200 buried. Well, what I was trying to do was come along this way and go that way to get that big, to go around the tree and get the clump of grass right there. But we'll man, am I gonna be able to make it in here? I guess just have to take our time. Going through gates can be tricky. You just got to make sure you're square with them. Oh yeah, we're good. A range for trimming around the fence posts and all that. Then we'll shift up to B1, but I'll go ahead and mow this. We'll see what else we get into. Stay out of Schnutzhole. Stay out of Schnutzhole. We don't need to go through Schnutzhole. Well, we got that all done. Timely manner. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. And hopefully, we'll keep our work boots on our feet this time. But that was just for a demonstration or analogy. Thanks for watching, guys.